Good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are listening to this. This is the Ball Knowers Pod, kicking it off with week 8 of the National Referees League. The National Football League. Fucking A, that Thursday night football game ruined at the end. Definitely want to get into it. Before that, again, you already know Ball Knowers Pod. This is Zach. I'm here with Joller and Justin. They're talking week 8 of the National Football League. Before we get into week 8, though, gentlemen, and that terrible lack of face mask call, I just want to close out week 7 for everyone, all listeners, if you didn't catch those Monday night games, especially those who can't afford ESPN Plus, like myself. The Chargers are going to Charger, visited the Arizona Cardinals, kicked 5 field goals. Mr. Dicker the kicker went 5 for 5 with field goals, and that wasn't enough as Kyler Murray and the Cardinals and James Conner pushed through to take home that W at home. And then the other game, which we thought was going to be closer, Baltimore-Tampa Bay. Obviously, that one was the more popular game, and it was on national television. Baker looked good first couple drives, and then all hell kind of broke loose. I think I was like, just stop Derrick Henry, and they did for about 2.5 quarters. And then he put the tree hard boosters on and freaking ran 81 yards, and it was all downhill from there. Freaking Mike Evans out. Godwin, obviously, serious injury out for the season. Probably last game is in a Bucs uniform, if I'm gonna say so myself. He'll probably be somewhere next year, which sucks because he's been consistent. Obviously, Mike Evans is as consistent as they come. Huge loss for Tampa Bay. Big win for Baltimore. But yeah, definitely good way to close out the week. Not for Tampa Bay, but for us. And great way to start the week if you're a Rams fan. The bandwagoners out there that you are probably after the Super Bowl. Not like the Rams. And the Vikings. Frauds or no? Joller?
Definitely frauds, dude.
Oh, that's total overreaction.
Fraudulent,
so
dude.
bad. That's so bad.
Trying to get that clickbait right
not
quick.
frauds. Just facts. Hashtag just the facts, not clickbait. No, I don't want to say they're frauds. Cooper Kupp is back. Puka's back. So it's more of a complete Rams team than we've seen thus far this season. Looked much more like the regular Rams. The Packers are lucky that Puka and Cooper Kupp were not playing a few weeks ago because I think it could have been a much different game. But yeah, awful way to end the game. That face mask was egregious.
Right in his face, dude. Like, right
you
in front
see
of
his neck turn, and the defender, the hands on the face. He knows, right? And it was right in front of the ref. That angle I sent you, it was so bad. Like, his head immediately snaps left. It's one of the more clear ones you see, and it just
those are easy to call because if you just see a head turn, like, it's the easiest calls to make because it's not hidden. You see someone's head get turned. And the defender, like you said, he literally was mad. He's like, "Oh, no flag." Oh,
he knew. He's like, "Oh man, I messed up." He knew, right? He didn't try and like brush it off. He knew exactly.
He didn't even look back. He was just like, "Fuck, man, 15 yards, all right."
I have seen,
and then Sean McVay's like, "Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!"
Yeah. Read the script. I have a script. Copy the script. You don't. Know your rank. I have seen paper thin face masks in my lifetime, right? It's like the one penalty that they always call, and it always should be called, and it always gets called. Every time you see a face mask, 99% of the time it gets called.
Yeah.
Right? It's like non-negotiable. I feel like, it doesn't matter who's playing, it always gets called. And for that egregious of one in that moment, with the ball to drive to potentially score and go for 2, and send it to overtime, I just don't see any way how that doesn't get called. It's just too clear. I don't. It's bad. It's really bad.
Somebody said, was that the same ref that called that PI in the Rams Saints game or not?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a fair question. Open up an investigation.
It sucks, like, games ending on that. Again, they have to drive down. What face mask is 15 yards, so they get out of their own end zone. Obviously, easy first down, give some space, but at least let them try. Like, let them try for it. It's like, I hate games ending on that. Refs, like Justin's favorite, right? Refs taking control of the game and ending it for us.
had to turn it off after that just because it's so bad, man. It's so bad. Like I was telling you, I'm switching to basketball already. I'm excited. Watch the Mavs win it all this year. I'm not a Mavs fan, but I am a Luka fan. So shout out Mavs. Minnesota has a really easy schedule. It's stupid to say that their season's over or they're frauds or whatever. They're going to be fine. If anything, I think this is a good thing for them.
To kind of be humbled or what?
They'll be motivated. No, not. They're not humbled. They're pissed off, and that's a good thing.
It sucks because you lose that tight one at home, right? The division, you lose the first place, to the Lions in the really really close game last week at home. Come out here, they can get an easy win. You're like fingers crossed. Puka was questionable, and then he is on the first snap. I was like, what the hell? I guess he isn't. Like, you texted me, like, is he playing? I was like, dude, said he's questionable. I don't even know. And sure enough, goes out. Cooper Kupp obviously going out too. So, it's tough to kind of.
Detroit is like unanimous number one team in the league right now by everybody, and they needed the last second field goal to win the game against Minnesota last week. Minnesota's fine. They're fine. I think. Yeah, it was the Puka Cooper Kupp, return game, kind of get that momentum boost type thing, and
they had to have it.
And they had to have it. Yeah, they were 2-4, about to go to 2-5. So
with that, puts them second place,
which is crazy.
Wild.
But
obviously, they're playing first, so it kind of depends on what's going to happen. Obviously on Sunday, but still, they're right in there. And they even said, if you guys remember last year, they started, I believe it was. They're 3-4 right now, right? 3-4.
Yeah,
I think they were 3-6 last year, and then went 7-1 over the last 8. Finished 10-7 and made the playoffs. It almost beat the Lions.
did
Right? That wild card game,
Mm-hmm.
was definitely close. I was shitting my pants when I was watching that. I was actually in Mexico, but they almost ran the table. But they're already a step ahead because they're 3-4 now. Obviously barring that they lose the next 2 or whatever. But like I said, healthy Rams team. All the trade rumors, I think they kind of put that to bed. Cooper Kupp, Stafford, whomever, because I know that was kind of floating around or whatever. But dude, they're right in the mix. Obviously Niners down bad. Arizona's not that good, but they're still at 3-4, which is kind of odd. But on paper, I think the Rams can outtake Arizona pretty good. It's Seattle's
and they're at Seattle next week, so they have a good chance to pick it up.
Yeah, no, for sure. But no, definitely a wild way to start off week 8 of the NFL. Kind of look at the slate here. I don't know if you guys pulled up the slate or whatever, the Google Sheets that I made for you guys, all nice and organized.
I got it up.
There's definitely some few good games here. A lot of these spreads that I'm kind of seeing. NFL spreads are tough. When they're double digits, I always think those are kind of crazy games to kind of see. It's no Alabama Old Dominion minus 75.5, but it's still, dude. I've seen some minus 10s.
Shout out Carolina at Denver minus 10 though.
Dude, Tennessee at Detroit minus
crazy.
12. Minus 12, almost 2 touchdowns. That's tough. But let's get into it. We'll talk some. We'll kind of start off. Obviously, want to get your picks and your thoughts. We'll start off with the easy ones, just to kind of blow through those, because we'll start off with Tennessee, Detroit. Like I said, minus 12. Detroit's favorite at home. Justin just said Detroit's top team in the NFC, I would say, for sure. At home, minus 12. Do they cover minus 12?
Probably.
Probably.
No.
I wouldn't bet they do, but I wouldn't be surprised if they win by 14.
I wouldn't bet. That's the right way to say it.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised if they win by 14. But obviously,
nothing to think about there. Yeah, it's not even a trap game. It's just there's no way.
Tennessee. I'm assuming Mason Rudolph's still starting because pseudo Will Levis is hurt. And I know. Remember we were talking about MVP. Justin, I said Patrick Mahomes was still number 1, and you're like, that's bullshit or whatever. So I was like, I'll check it after the Monday games after they all refresh. Lamar Jackson did jump. No. Lamar Jackson jumped because he went off for 5 touchdowns on Monday, which rightfully so. Patrick Mahomes is number 2 at plus 470.
The disrespect to Jared Goff, man.
Josh Allen's ahead of Goff.
Jared Goff, what was it, 2 weeks ago? He was literally perfect. He was literally perfect.
18 for 18.
Completion. Yeah. It's insane. We can
Shout out Amon Ra. He actually went 1 for 1 that game, so the Lions as a whole went 19 for 19, but just saying.
Yeah.
But,
I want to talk
Jared
about
Goff's
Baltimore
at 4.
Cleveland. Sorry. I want to talk about I jumped the gun. Disregard. No, I was thinking I reread the slate wrong.
Oh.
I was gonna say we should talk about you brought up Baltimore.
Oh,
Baltimore looked freaking awesome. But you know what though? I'm gonna pump the brakes because I felt this way last year. I said, especially during playoffs, I was like, Baltimore is head to toe the better team, objectively better, playing better, and I was like, God, they look so damn good. But then I'm like, hold on, I've seen this before, right? Are they peaking too early?
Before.
That's a fact. That is an absolute.
And it's not like he's like putting up he's not putting up like mediocre numbers. Like he's getting carries. He's doing like 2019
Derrick Henry looks like
Derrick
he's
Henry
he
numbers.
Shaved. He looks like he's like 5 years younger. Like just completely rejuvenated Derrick Henry. Like he hasn't aged a single day. He's just like an unstoppable force. I want to say I'm all in on the Ravens, but I'm pumping the brakes. But they definitely passed the eye test, and a very, very exciting game. I loved watching it.
But they do visit.
When are you pumping the brakes till?
When?
What more do you need to see?
Okay, so Philly at Cincinnati, this was kind of a weird one. They both played the Giants back-to-back weeks. Cincy's coming off that barely kind of squeaked out win against Cleveland. I still think Cincy's kind of in must-win mode, if they're trying to keep up with Baltimore, keep up with the AFC wildcard. Again, Philly hasn't really surprised me much, or like impressed me much, rather. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on those teams?
It's a tough one, man. But because it's such a toss-up, I'm just going to take Cincy. Because fuck Philly.
I love Cincy in this game, dude. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Cincy's played way better, I think. Not sold on Philly. Yeah, I feel so good about Cincy. It's not even funny.
I'm shocked. I would have guessed that one of you guys, maybe Justin, maybe I don't know, would have picked.
Well, now I'm thinking about changing my fucking pick. Because if Jolly calls anything a fucking lock, then it's going to go the other way.
Rewind the tape. I didn't say it. I just said I feel good. I didn't even say I pick him. I just said I feel so good about Cincy. Interpret that as you will.
Yeah, I mean,
lawyered.
It's tough for Cincinnati to kind of keep up with the division. Obviously, they have Pittsburgh and Baltimore ahead of them. But if Cincinnati wants to keep pace and definitely make the playoffs and a wild card spot, because they started off so slow, they're still kind of in that must-win one. And Philly's not like, I mean, Cincinnati's favored, obviously at home, -2.5, so it's kind of like an even game, anyways. But I mean, Joe Burrow's, he's top 3 passing yards, top 3 in passing yards per game. Jamar Chase leads the league in touchdowns. And they got good receiving core. T. Higgins is healthy. Chase is healthy. They got Io Shivas healthy, so I think they got a good core, and I think they take care of business at home. It's close. Obviously, I know it's going to be close, but I think since he's still in that kind of must-win, throw everything out there kind of thing.
Oh, damn.
I'll Cincy, though. Like I said, I was shocked. I would have bet one of you would have said Philly, but guess not. Another kind of weird one. This one's like the same kind of game as the Philly-Cincy one, but of shitty teams. Cardinals at Miami. Cardinals didn't impress me on Monday. I know they won, but they barely beat a Chargers team that did not get in the end zone. And they have Marvin Harrison, James Conner, Michael Wilson, and Kyler Murray. They've done nothing impressive this whole year. And Dolphins are Dolphins.
I'm actually shocked at the line on this one.
Me too. When I was literally typing it, I literally had to double check. Oh, that's right. If he's expected to.
Yeah.
Okay. The Steelers return game.
This is That's why, but it's still shocking though.
I'll let you guys go first. Your picks and why. Justin, you go.
I am gonna pick Miami. I just think they have too much on the offensive side of the ball. They just had nobody to throw them the football.
That's a fact.
Packers
And
legend Tim Boyle?
yeah, no, dude. It was bad. So bad. Yeah, I think I picked Miami, but I think it's close because I don't know. They've looked really, really bad, but I guess quarterback is just that fucking important.
Are you reserving your right to change your pick if Tua does not play?
Well, fuck yeah. Yeah. If Tua doesn't play, it's Arizona.
I'm just making sure we have to get it on record.
Yeah.
No cheating.
But I think he's good to play.
With no guardian cap. Savage.
Hey, he
We're
came
trying
out
to catch
and
a body real quick.
I like how he acted like it was a stupid question too. He's like, no, like, and without a single breath of hesitation, the reporter says, "Why?" Like immediately, which I respect. Like, it's like, "Why?" And he's like, "Personal preference." Like, why the fuck are you
Personal
asking
choice,
this?
dude.
Like, what do you
Because
mean? Like, it was so good. I love the reporter. He's just thinking, what a freaking idiot, dude. I can't wait to write how stupid this guy is tonight and put it on ESPN or whatever, I like Miami for Tua starting just because, I mean, we obviously know how good the offense can look with him when he's not trying to die on national TV. And Miami has looked more than dreadful since he's been out. Like, complete 180, completely non-functional offense, like, at all. So I think he does make that big a difference. Justin had the Arizona bug early in the season, and I got the Arizona bug like in my ear, like, oh, they're frisky and like they're fun and like they could be really good, on offense. And I felt that way when they played the Packers, and then they were just awful against the Packers. So I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to do the same thing again, although deep down, I do think it can be a close game. But I'm not going to sidestep. I'm picking Miami straight up.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I never had the Arizona. I still don't. I mean, Justin had it for a little bit at the beginning, and I even watching it on Monday, like the highlights or whatever. Marvin Harrison he's had one good game since he's gotten drafted, and I think that's a slight to Kyler, not a slight to Marvin Harrison. I never really was big on Kyler coming out of college either. Obviously, if Tua doesn't play, I think Arizona wins, but. Yeah, I think it's close. -4, giving him a huge, more points than I would, but yeah, I go with Miami. And if Tua plays, I think they cover. I know Tyreek had an interview too because he's probably stoked that Tua's back. He's probably going to go off. If Tua does play, he's going to be looking for Tyreek right away. I made a comment like, "Hey, y'all better start me," because his fool's had like 20 yards a game the last like 4 or 5 weeks. So he's trying to go off and he's ready. So Miami all the way. Damn, we have. None different picks yet, so but they get kind of closer as we go down. This one I clipped it earlier. If you guys saw the post, I clipped Justin. It's not out on the Jets yet.
Jets by a million.
Oh god. Oh man.
Jets, moving on.
It won't be close.
I agree.
Cover -20.
If it is close. If it's close, the Jets deserve all of the smoke. They will be getting all the smoke if this game is even remotely close.
They have to destroy them. Like, they have to even remotely stay relevant. Not even relevant, just to stay somewhat talked about in the NFL.
Motivated.
Yeah. They have to just come out, and Rodgers got to throw over 300. Devontae's got to have 2 touchdowns. It's gotta be
they need to have like a 30+ point game.
Yeah, college numbers, just no hesitation. Which they did the first time they played New England on that Thursday night game. About a month ago. Again, it's New England, so it's like whatever. But maybe they need that kind of tune-up game to. Yeah, seriously. So, but
they'll do it
next
again.
one,
and then they'll do it against Houston next week, and then we'll all be talking about how the Jets are back.
All right, you said it, dude. I'm clipping that hard. This other one, this one was one we were definitely looking forward to. I know Justin talked about it a lot too. Atlanta, the Falcons going to Tampa Bay. Obviously, they played 3 weeks ago in that Thursday night game, went to overtime. Great game. Monday night with the Bucs losing Evans and Godwin. Obviously that line changed for sure. It's Atlanta favored -2.5 in Tampa Bay. It sucks because this game would have been a lot more fun. I have Atlanta winning pretty easily, and now I honestly think it's Atlanta's division to lose.
I can't stand the fact that this game is scheduled so close to the first game. Personally,
back to back, dude.
I can't stand it, and the timing is awful with Chris Godwin dead and Mike Evans dead. It's just like such a pisser because we thought this division was going to come down to the wire. Like this could be like a late season game, to win the division between these two teams. Now that the Saints are frauds, but yeah, I hate it. I mean, it seems obvious to pick Atlanta, but yeah, I'm just going to bitch about the schedule for a minute because it's kind of disappointing that it's such a close from the first game.
I would have picked Atlanta anyways.
Wow.
But it obviously would have been way more fun if the Bucs were healthy. Yeah, I think they take it pretty easy, even away.
Yeah. Who's Baker going to throw to now?
Himself.
Dude.
The running back in the flat all day.
Jalen McMillan. Oh, they have Sterling Shepard.
Giants I did see that legend. On Monday night. Yeah, I did see that on Monday night. I was like, Shepard? I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. So be thrown to Jalen McMillan and Sterling Shepard.
Curtains.
Bucs could win. I mean,
I doubt it.
It's not now.
By $1 million.
All right. Moving on. All right, definitely Atlanta by $1 million. Your Packers, next game on the slate here. Your Packers, Joller, visit Jacksonville. This line, +4. Jacksonville +4. I thought it would have been Green Bay favored a little bit more, I guess, but that was just me. Green Bay takes it pretty easy, I think, even in Jacksonville.
My dad thinks this is a trap game, and I was like, dude, this cannot be a trap game. Like, Jacksonville is so bad. But also, historically, the Packers are dreadful in Florida and California. So it's like, I can't help but think of that possibility. But if they lose to Jacksonville, it's over. It's cooked. The season's done. Frauds. The whole works. It's so bad.
The most
overreaction.
The most dramatic guy.
Not the most dramatic, dude.
They're 5-3. Their season's fucking over.
They're done, dude. They're done.
Yeah.
Because I said earlier they were skating by some wins, right? They were getting lucky. My words. Full honesty. And if they lose to Jacksonville, that is just such a dagger. The other thing too is Jacksonville is so dead that they have nothing to lose. So they could just like play free. Like they're like basically mathematically eliminated already. Right? Morale is like all-time low. I'm like almost telling you that they could win, which I don't believe that. I'm just saying I
still follows Justin's theory that Green Bay, if they do win, they have not beaten anyone.
They don't make
I think it is. I think it can be a trap game because looking at their schedule, there are no other really like games you would consider trap games.
The second half is kind of like harder.
This is the week before they have Detroit, so they could be like looking ahead to that,
the classic.
Overlook Jacksonville. Obviously, I think Green Bay wins, but if there was a trap game on the schedule, this would probably be it.
Yeah. If they start off like slow or like, it's a slow first half, I'm just going to lose my mind, because then like you said, they're looking forward to Detroit. But I don't really think that's going to happen. I think the Packers will score early and often, hopefully not take the foot off the gas. Their offense is actually functional. Jacksonville has been dreadful with their starters and stuff. So trying to not let the intrusive thoughts win.
Well, yeah. Well, Green Bay across the way, man. Still none of us have no switch ups, nobody in the house yet. But I'm
We
pretty
are
sure we'll
all in unison.
I don't know if we'll have one though.
I think so. This next one,
Unless you pick
We
Indy
are
here.
one.
my Colt, right here. my
We are
Colts.
one.
My Colts visit Houston. Obviously, this is their week 1 rematch. Colts had a chance to win. You know, I think it was 24-22, if I'm not mistaken. Again, follows Justin's theory that Houston is still not beat a team, even if they do beat Indy. Still not a team that means anything to actually beat, which I agree. Indy's nothing. You know, they're a 7 seed at best. I'm just picking Indy just because. Mix it up. Why not? But
Are they starting Joe Flacco?
they are not.
Yeah, it's fucking over. Season's over.
If Anthony Richardson plays bad in the first half, which is more probable than not, does Flacco come in the second half, do you think?
No.
Or are they just going to ride out AR?
Yes, they write him out.
You don't think there's any way they bench?
Nope.
Ride him out?
No chance. If he's healthy, they let him go.
Yeah, I mean, I get that too. I think like if they really wanted Flacco, they would have started him already and let AR rest, like we talked about.
Yeah.
Don't really need to get into that again, but yeah.
God, dude, the Colts schedule is fucking crazy.
But, I mean, Jonathan Taylor, he's practiced this week, you know, so if he comes back.
Every week I look at it, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Detroit, I believe, somewhere in there. Buffalo, no.
Houston, Minnesota, Buffalo, New York, Detroit.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely a gauntlet for sure. And like I said, they're a 7 seed at best. You know, I just hopefully that Richardson doesn't go for freaking 2 or 3 picks. Just make some good throws, get some more yards under his belt, some more playing time, be smart, don't get hurt. Hopefully JT plays and does well too. You know, obviously they lost at home when they played Houston. Now they have to go to Houston. Houston's -5. I think that's pretty fair. You know, I think Indy wins, but that's just because I like that.
what are you hoping for, like at this point, like with the rest of the season? Are you just hoping to avoid the Anthony Richardson conversation by the end of the year? Like, are you just hoping he plays well enough to like dodge that entirely?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I was you, that's what I'd be hoping for. I think he plays well enough where that question is off everyone's back.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, defense has been pretty shaky. You know, obviously they're like, you know, top 3 worst rushing defenses. I mean, passing defense has been kind of mediocre. And then obviously with no Jonathan Taylor, we have no run game either. And then, you know, we have Pittman, Pierce, Josh Downs, and A.D. Mitchell, the rookie out of Texas. You know, so it's kind of random wide receiving core. Also, Michael Pittman's the only consistent known receiver on that team. So yeah, my only hope is that Anthony Richardson does a decent job to keep his starting, like to look like a quarterback that the Colts picked him for. That's all I'm hoping for. Whether they make the playoffs or not, I don't care. It's not about that. It's about him throwing between 200 and 300 yards and 1 or less picks a game and staying healthy. That's all. That's it.
Well, I'm pulling for you, dog.
Because, I mean, like I said, we'll be having this conversation at the end of the year. If the Colts are, you know, 10-7, 9-8, 8-9, whatever it is, and we kind of look at AR stats, and if it's been a duplicate of what it's been in the 4 games that he's played, or 5 games that he's played this season, I'm out. I'm done.
Damn. No take backsies?
No, I'm out. Burning the jersey. Maybe not burning the jersey. It's too expensive.
Call Andrew Luck. Be like, you already call Andrew Luck and say, get your bitch ass back here, motherfucker.
Dude, have you ever seen what he looks like? He
like
did a college game. He looks so
bailing.
Gross, dude. He lost like 150 pounds or something.
He's always looked gross. Skinny. He has always been the Geico caveman, dude. That's exactly who he is. He is the caveman stunt double.
Nah, he looked skinny boy gross last time I saw him. But yeah, I mean, you guys both pick Houston. That's a right pick too. I'm just riding with the faithful. 'Cause we bleed blue.
Blue.
This
It's
next
your
game
intro song.
kind of whack. New Orleans visit the Chargers. Spencer Rattler against Justin Herbert. Um, going after what New Orleans looked like last week. I mean, Dennis Allen looks like he doesn't want to be there, but I can't blame him. He's got nobody. Everyone's been hurt, and Chargers are the Chargers. They -7. I don't know. I think that's giving them way too much credit.
It's a big line.
Yeah, it's a huge line.
Orleans hasn't proven
I think if
anything.
this
when you
game
got
was in
Rattler,
New Orleans, I'd be inclined to pick.
No
if this
way.
game was in New Orleans, I'd be, yeah, dude, the Chargers are going to Charger. I feel like at home, it's a difference. Watch
I feel
this
like it was
game.
more feasible against Arizona than New Orleans.
Watch this game be microscopically close, like crazy close.
I don't know, man.
You heard it here first. It's going to be a crazy close game. Destroy me on Sunday if I'm wrong, but that's what I'm saying.
Close and who wins?
Chargers.
Oof. Justin?
Yeah, Chargers win. Saints lost by 23 last week, 24 the week before, and 13 the week before that.
What if I
So
told
by the
you?
law
I think
of
it's
the
close.
Chargers, it'll be close.
What if I told you Carr comes back and Olave comes back?
Not this time. Oh, well, then it's different. But that's not what we're dealing with, right?
Carr's questionable. Olave's questionable.
Who knows?
Is
man?
he really? Is there a chance he plays?
On ESPN, it says estimated return
They're
date
probably just listing
October
him as questionable,
27th.
so they have to prepare for him.
I guess that's true. I mean, it's possible.
Shut up.
Carr was able to resume
Chargers.
throwing
It's
earlier this week. He's trending towards missing a third game.
Yeah, I thought dude was dead.
But Chris Olave plays, and like I said, I agree with y'all. I think it's close. I do. I mean, Chargers are going to Charger. -7, that is way too much credit, for sure. Straight up, I don't like picking the Chargers.
Close. Are we talking like 2 points? Like
We're talking
4 or
a
less.
field goal, my boy. 4 or less. I love that.
I'll take 5. Give me 5 and I'd bet the house.
Ooh, clip it.
Pull the Zach.
What's it called? Yeah, I don't. Every time I bet on the Chargers, and every time I'm like, okay, I think they could do this, they literally Charger their way out of it every time. Just no remorse. And every time I tell myself I'm done betting on the Chargers. Every time.
Dude, everyone knows not to gamble on the Chargers. Everyone. It's like an unwritten gambling rule.
Yeah, just
everybody knows not to bet the Chargers.
It's terrible. But this next one though, definitely a fun one, especially Seattle coming off of that, dismantling of Atlanta, albeit Bills visit Seattle. Bills coming off that big win against Tennessee also. Buffalo's favored in Seattle by 3. Obviously, battle of first place teams, kind of different play styles. Geno Smith leading the league in all the passing yards, yards per attempt, yards per game, etc. And then Josh Allen, taking care of business for sure. Still hasn't thrown a pick, which is wild. Want to hear your thoughts first.
Fucking think about that cricket.
Thinks he's so slick, dude.
I'm gonna make this surprise pick. I'm gonna pick Seattle on this one. I think that Buffalo is even worse than Houston when it comes to teams that have beat nobody. They really have beat nobody, and they lost to Houston. And Seattle came off that big win last week. I think it surprised everybody. And maybe they can keep it going.
Dude, I kind of like Seattle. I was thinking that. But I've been so big on the Bills all year. right? Bills apologist. This is stressful. I've been staring at this game since we started, but fuck. I like Seattle, dude. I like Seattle.
I'm not like
gut feeling. I like Seattle. I do. I agree
see,
with
the
everything
last
you just
time
said.
you
I
had a
was
gut
like,
feeling, man. Fuck, dude.
what was the last time I had a good feeling?
I don't know. It seems like every time you have a gut feeling, it's
Not good.
so wrong, man.
Also, I'm 90% sure I picked Buffalo in my our actual Yahoo app, but in the moment, I'm picking Seattle on camera. So this is the one that counts, not the Yahoo one. Yeah, I don't know. I like Seattle. I mean, they came off the big win last week. Seattle, I wasn't a big believer in Seattle earlier in the season, but I feel like they could be good. It's at home.
They're just like up and down, you know? They're hot and cold.
Like, I want to pick
I
the
don't know.
Bills, but like my heart of hearts, like something is telling me Seattle. Like, this is my one like big gamble pick of the week, and I'm not going to puss out. I'm gonna write it out. Seattle +3 lock.
I don't know. I haven't locked mine in yet. Zach, I need you to talk so I can maybe switch
You
my
already
pick.
said Seattle. You're full of it. You can't go back.
Yeah, but after you spoke, it makes me want to change my
No. Take back C's. You went first. I waited for you.
I think Buffalo's
Yeah.
changed
Zach.
up their.
I'm not as confident as before you started talking.
I think Buffalo's changed up their
My points are too valid.
their play calling and their play style this year. You know, they're not relying on Josh Allen as much. Obviously, still taking care of the ball, which is very unlike Josh Allen. You know, which is good to see. I mean, you know, they're putting up really good numbers. I mean, obviously, a couple of their wins that they've had, you know, aren't against any really tough teams, and the tough teams they have played, they have lost to. I would say tough, but they lost the Ravens pretty bad, and they lost to the Texans, which is not a good team according to Justin, but probably better than the other games they've won. I think this is the first team that they actually play that gives it like as a real team, a playoff team they play. I do think they go into Seattle, and I do think they win. Amari Cooper, 90 yards plus 1 touchdown.
Yeah, see, it's Amari Cooper, man.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Nope. I already locked him
Who
in
cares,
forever.
Seattle? Standing by it.
Fuck.
No take backsies, dude. You ride and die. You already picked Seattle on the next. Carolina, Denver.
You know-
Denver
you know
by a
what,
million.
man?
Skip that game.
Fuck.
Nope.
Fuck.
No, you already picked
I don't know
Seattle.
what to do. Let me revisit at the end of the pod.
The people heard it. The internet. It's on the internet, so
It's true.
therefore it's
Yeah,
true.
but then you just had to fucking talk.
I've been giving my picks all night. We've had the same pick for like everything.
If you picked Buffalo, man, I'd be like hard on Seattle right now.
That is such an objective. That is such a subjective way to argue. We have had the same picks the entire night, and you're just gonna pick You're picking that game to start a quarrel.
All the games, every single person would have the same picks. Besides maybe the Cincy game, that's it.
That's true because we're all in unison. We have elite ball knowledge.
Or world trash.
Or we're all trash. I don't know.
Yeah,
KC Vegas.
Carolina Denver,
Who cares?
Denver across
Yeah.
the board. Bo Nix, you know, puts up another good rookie game, I think, for him. KC Vegas, man, I did.
9.5
like I said,
is
Here you go,
crazy.
Zach. Now's your time.
You can bet my house. It's okay.
where's
no,
it
you
at?
can't.
In Vegas?
9.5 at Vegas.
Dang.
Do it.
Vegas wins, baby.
Oh fuck. Okay, yeah. Now I'm fine to keep my Seattle pick.
You don't believe that, dude. It's not fun when you just
They
pick
beat 'em.
anyone
They
who's
beat 'em on
playing the
Christmas.
Chiefs to win every
They
week.
beat him on Christmas last year. Did they not?
Yeah, that's true.
Kansas City. Don't need to say anything.
Who's even starting for the Raiders this week? Is it Aiden O'Connell
Gardner.
or
O'Connell's on the IR.
Doesn't matter, man.
every week they flip a coin? They go, call it.
Dude.
It's in the air.
Tom Brady can come out of the owner's box to play, and they would still lose by 20.
Cap,
Yeah,
dude.
thanks, dude.
As average as Pat Mahomes has been all year, you think they lose by 20?
It's not about the offense; it's about the defense.
Max Crosby, 3.5 sacks.
Is he back?
Yeah.
3.5 sacks. That's not bad. I like that. They still lose by 80.
Shut up. All right. Well,
KC has been so bad, but like I have to pick. I can't pick the Raiders. I just can't.
picking the Raiders, baby. Let's go. I posted it or whatever, like on the thing, like your text message thread. I got so much like support from all like the Raiders fans. Like, yeah, let's do it. We got him last year. I was like, let's go, baby. Dude, that's one time we rooting so hard for the Raiders.
I was over it. I was like, man, these people don't know ball. Get these peasants out here. Sorry, anyone's listening. You're not peasants. I love you. Thank you for listening.
This next one, this was kind of the matchup that was circled on the beginning of the year. Rookie on rookie, the first, top picks, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams. Jaden Daniels kind of questionable. He's like day to day. So it would really be a shame if he doesn't play. For my pick, regardless if he plays or not, I think Washington still wins. I think Marcus Mariota puts the team on his back, though. And still.
Yes, sir. He looked good. Marcus Mariota looked good last week, dude.
He should be starting for the Raiders right now. He should be starting for the Raiders right now.
He should be starting for Washington right now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, okay. Psych.
He looked good. I mean, he has the experience, obviously. I mean, he came in cold and looked great. Washington's a good team. I think if he can move the offense, I think Washington's more talented. I'm not going to say Washington's more talented. That's reckless on paper.
More talented
but I like Washington at home.
On paper for sure.
Terry McLaurin, the GOAT. I like Washington. Fuck the Bears. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Bears. Justin? You ready with your boy?
Yeah, I like Washington. They're both essentially coming off buys since Washington had Carolina last week. So I think that's kind of a wash. And I think Marcus Mariota gets it done. I still think the Bears have beat nobody, just like Houston and Buffalo. They beat New York, Cincinnati when they're dog shit, Arizona, Cleveland, and Carolina. So Washington and covers.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully we wish Jaden Daniels the best. We do love him, our IE boys on this pod. We wish him the best. Hopefully he gets healthy enough. If he sits out this week and Marcus Mariota takes care of business, that's like literally best case scenario because you get like a rest week and you still get the win. It's the best thing that can happen. And Marcus Mariota looked good. I mean, again, tune-up game for him coming off of Carolina. But still, I think that's best case scenario for him to get a good warm up in, get some throws in, like get back in the swing of things too. So I think it's good setup scenario for them to get a win against Chicago. So, but on the last game of the evening for Sunday, the Sunday night football game, I wish they would have flexed this and changed it. But Dallas visits San Francisco. San Francisco's down bad. Debo has pneumonia apparently. What's it called? Brandon Ayuk blew his knee up in half, and I have Dallas winning in San Francisco. I don't know why. I don't know how San Francisco's favored.
Crazy. You're fucking crazy.
I don't know how San Francisco's favored, dude.
That's a worse pick than Vegas.
Shut up.
Legit. That's a worse pick than Vegas. Go ahead, Joller.
Yeah, I can't defend that. I agree with you. I can't defend that. He took the words right out of my mouth. I love you, but yeah, it's Niners. I mean, from what we've seen from like Dallas's defense this year, I don't know. It just doesn't seem. I like to think
still have to score, right?
Huh?
Yeah, but with their defense, that's not that be that hard to do. I don't think. I give Dallas the benefit of the doubt for weeks, right? Early on, I give them the benefit of the doubt for weeks. So week 2, Justin's throwing in the towel. And he's like, "Oh, they're done." It's like fucking week 2.
This
I'm like,
guy.
what are you gonna say for 16 more weeks on this podcast? Like, fuck the Cowboys, man, they suck. But they are not great. I don't know. I could say, oh yeah, it could be a close game. I don't know. I don't really know what to think. I don't see Dallas winning in San Francisco. This particular week at this particular time. So if they do, it changes the narrative though, I think. If Dallas wins, it kind of like gets them back on track, kind of a reset, a glimmer of hope going forward. But if they don't, then I think it's like full on panic time. I think.
Yeah. Isaac Garendo ran for 100 yards against Seattle on 10 carries 2 weeks ago. What the fuck do you think he's going to do to Dallas? That's like your guy's third string running back, right?
Yeah, Jordan Mason's back, but yeah, Isaac Garendo is the third string.
Oh, is he back?
Jordan Mason is back? Oh, curtains.
Says he's injured. But he is playing?
Mm-hmm. He played against Kansas City last week.
Yeah. And you still pick Dallas? The fuck's wrong with you?
They did not. I watched that whole game. I watched that whole game, the Kansas City Niners game. They looked bad. I mean, again, Kansas City's defense is good. I get that. And I know Dallas' defense is bad. But I just think San Francisco's offense, like, I just feel like they just can't. If both these defenses, I don't know. I think Dallas could score more points than San Francisco.
He's writing you out of the will as we speak.
If we ask my dad who do you think's going to win, he'd pick Dallas. For sure. Guarantee you.
That's so fucking asinine. Ricky Pearsall is going to have 200 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And is he going to do the Plaxico Burr celebration when he shoots himself?
You do the fucking... Oh, wait, no, they're in San Francisco, huh? I was going to say, he should do the TO and go to the Star.
I hope this game's close, though. I really do. For viewing purposes.
For Sunday football purposes. Mind you, the Cowboys did beat Pittsburgh, a really good defense, in Pittsburgh, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Did they not do that?
They needed the game-winning score to get to 20 points, so they scored 13 throughout the whole game.
And I don't know, man. That's exactly how Sunday night's going to go.
They scored 9 points against Detroit. Whose defense is better, Detroit or Pittsburgh's?
With Aiden Hutchinson, definitely. Detroit.
Yeah.
Maybe even without him. I mean, they had 4 sacks last week without Aiden Hutchinson.
Did you see Brandon Aubrey was out because he had jury duty?
What an upstanding citizen.
Are you serious?
Brandon Aubrey missed practice because he had jury duty.
What the fuck, dude?
I was like, damn, respect.
That's such a white guy thing to do. Like, I'm gonna go to jury duty. I know because I just had jury duty. It's the worst.
Same.
They didn't take a single soul back for questioning, but we took 400. We took 400 breaks, and they dismissed us right before lunch. And they were like, "Oh, so downtown San Diego, there's no public parking, right?" So the first thing they come and say is, by the way, your $40 parking is non-redeemable because all the lots are private. So go fuck yourself. So I didn't get called. 200 plus people, not a single soul was called back for interviewing. They let everybody go, but they waited till right before lunch. I'm like, blow this whole system up. Get professional jurors. This is the biggest joke I have ever seen. Sorry, side note, you can edit that out, but I triggers on memory, jury duty. I can't stand it.
I love it.
But shout out Brandon Aubrey.
We also know how the civil system works.
Civic duty. Yeah.
Shout out Brandon Aubrey for being a good citizen. Brandon Aubrey kicks a game-winning 61-yarder.
Jesus Christ.
I love that, dude. I would love that. No, I want him to 66-yard to win it. Desperado. California, no wind in the Bay.
Damn.
That would be cash.
I would fucking hate that.
Why?
Jerry Jones needs to pay. Jerry Jones needs to pay for what he's doing.
He's gonna pay anyways if they miss the playoffs, and it's the same thing.
Yeah, but I'll ask my dad when we come back before we before I'll text you guys what my dad thinks before the game starts. That way you have it in writing because I'm pretty
You know
sure
what's messed up? I actually think the Cowboys will make the playoffs.
Oof! Wow.
And I do. I think the Cowboys will make the playoffs. I think they'll string together a couple of wins, make the playoffs.
When are their wins coming?
Read me the schedule and I'll tell you.
San Francisco dub.
At San Francisco.
L.
At Atlanta.
L.
Home for Philly.
When?
Home for Houston.
When? He's trying to see if I
high
believe
right
it or
now.
not.
It's not even funny. At Washington.
L.
I'm recalling this conversation from a month ago about their schedule, but I think it can happen. I think they're gonna.
At Washington.
I don't. I'm full of shit. I don't know what I was saying.
Yeah, you dumb motherfucker.
That. I would laugh so hard if they squeaked into the playoffs, though, ruined their draft order, and just get steamrolled in the wild card. And then Jerry keeps Mike for another year, and the cycle of misery continues.
They might. If the NFC's bad enough, they could squeak in.
Well, speaking of the NFC,
they're going to squeak in over, say, Chicago, Philly, Tampa Bay, San Francisco?
Probably not.
Not sold on Chicago.
I don't think so, man.
Tampa's dead, or they could be dead. We'll see this week.
I'll say San Francisco wins their division. Do they squeak in over Seattle?
Yeah, no. If they get everyone back. No? You think Seattle has the division wrapped up already? They've been so consistent.
No. If Seattle's a wild card team.
Oh. Or, Rams, like we said earlier, sneaky, kind of like that. They come in, too, all healthy. Be tough.
I still think the Niners win the division.
I do, too. That's just such an obvious... That's not even a hot take.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't know, man.
Didn't they start 3-5 a few years ago?
We're going to be sitting here on
and then
Sunday
they won
night.
Every single game the rest of the year?
We'll be sitting here Sunday night, and I'm going to start off, and I'm going to be like Stephen A., but the reverse Stephen A., because Dallas is going to win. And I was going to be like, you got to find a cowboy hat.
You're going to show up in Cowboys hat? How about them Cowboys?
So, we'll see, though.
I have to think what I will do if that happens. Because there's no chance that happens.
But the last
chance, he says.
The last NFC East team plays on Monday night, Giants at Pittsburgh. I really want Russ to do bad on this one, but it sucks because he's going to freaking go off again, and I really don't want him to. But I just don't see Russing on this one against the Giants. I can't really fumble that hard. Like, in this game. Not literally fumble, but I just can't see him doing that bad to lose this game.
Thought.
Yeah, no, I know. I said everyone owes an apology, but again, it could have been a flash in the pan real quick, like one game back, whatever, the hype. But again, if this game was against a harder team, then I'd be more hesitant and not support Russ as much. But he's getting a freaking can of corn, dude.
Yeah, that's fair.
The problem is he got a layup for his second game, and then they go into their bye.
Dude, yeah, sucks.
Props to you. For another 3 weeks, people are going to think Russ is like a godsend for Pittsburgh.
Yep. And
Justin Fields probably could have won all those games anyways.
Yeah. And again, it's not like Justin Fields did anything bad. And Mike Tomlin made a coaching decision, and he's like, that's why I'm the coach. It's like, bro, relax. One game against the trash Jets.
We're still making playoffs.
So, but anything? So we got a few kind of trash games, but some good toss-ups. Let's see how many games we have that we picked separately. The Indy Houston one, Buffalo Seattle, Vegas Kansas City, and Dallas San Francisco. So this actually might be the week that I turn it around. If I win both those and you guys lose, I think we'll be tied in picks. Say less.
I feel like your Indy and Vegas picks are just nonsensical.
So the Indy one,
those the same. You're just picking them just to fucking pick them.
Okay, real quick, pull up the Chiefs schedule Zach, who would you actually pick the Chiefs to win against? Since you've picked against them every single week, are you going to ride whoever they play
Their schedule is
for the rest of the
I
season?
know, I'm looking at it right here. I'm looking at it right here. So
trying to convince us that you believe
they'll beat the
It's not
Bucks
that
at
bad.
home. They'll beat the Bucks at home. They'll beat the Broncos at home. I think they lose to Josh Allen and the Bills on November 17th. And then maybe the Texans or the Steelers at the end of the season, not the Broncos. Those three. Bills, Texans,
Not at Carolina?
Steelers. Shut the fuck up. Actually, at Cleveland.
That's basically a better pick than your Vegas pick.
Shut up. Again, we showing up here, man. I'm gonna be freaking. I'm never gonna wear a Raiders jersey, but I'm gonna be like, man, told you. It's gonna be one of those things, man. It's gonna be like that classic, oh, it's just the Raiders. We got this, bro. Who cares? And then, sure enough, Raiders have nothing to lose. Gardner Minshew's gonna go off. They beat the Ravens already.
No. They're gonna do their ring around the rosy play they did last time they were in Vegas when they're up 40.
And Max Crosby's
I hope it happens. I don't believe that it will, but I would love it. I would love it the most.
Say less. But again, this is the time, baby, for me to flip the script. You already know. One of us has to be different, not the same classic. Let me just pick the favorites in Vegas. Who's favorite?
Let me pick this. He's a fraud.
Who? Me?
We explain the reasoning for every pick. It's not like we're just picking and going on. We say the reasons, and they're all sound. I think.
No, I know. I think
my emotional pick. Who was my? Who did I pick?
Seattle.
Yes, Seattle was my emotional pick. My gut feeling pick.
I'm gonna be. That one's a good one.
Dude, that makes me want to switch so bad.
Switch to it.
You can't. You can't. It's already set in stone. Once you move on, it's done.
Change it. I'll allow it.
No.
Wait. Before we
got 5 seconds.
Because then it's official.
No,
5 seconds?
You don't get any 5 seconds. You're done. You pick Seattle. I
seconds.
let you go first.
4.
You say your piece, and then I said mine.
Oh,
Nope, that doesn't count.
Yes, it does. I'll allow it.
No, it doesn't
Dude,
count.
I can't, man. Like,
so
man,
you
talked me out of it, man.
That's so weak, dude. That's so weak. You got to defend yourself, and then I said, and now you're.
It was because you agreed with me, man.
It's an asterisk. You don't get a point if you're right.
No,
that's not true.
Yeah, you don't get a point.
If I get it right, I should get 2 points because I switched my pick.
So bad, dude.
Anyways, definitely a good week to start off week 8 of the NFL with the Minnesota Rams game. Like we said, refs kind of fucked that up at the end. Hopefully, they don't fuck up any of the games on Sunday. But after going through the games, I think we got a good slate. Hopefully, everyone listening enjoys week 8 of the NFL on Sunday. We will see you all on Monday to recap everything that we see on Sunday. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen, and later, players. Again, this is the Ball Knowers Pod. Like, subscribe, comment. You already know.
All right, love you, boys.